Hi everybody, this is Leonard. I'm over at my warehouse and I'm going to show you a Haflinger, a long wheelbase, late model Haflinger that I have for sale. Just thought I'd walk in the back here. Got it here in the back corner. Pretty complete. All it's missing is a platform. Here's a steering wheel assembly with the brake and the clutch still attached to it. The front of the Haflinger, complete. Nothing's been taken apart on it. Got a set of wheels on it, set of brakes, wheel cylinders. It's got the differential assembly in the front, never been touched. And the back end of it, transfer case. I have the transmission out at the moment. And I'll show you that in a second. But this is an interesting piece. I've got the chassis couplers here. These are the holds the frame on. It's got the shock still on it. All the suspension, A-arms. It has a pretty rare hitch assembly. This is a tow bar. This baby right here. And I think it's pretty much complete. And these boxes here are the bearings and stuff. I stuck those in a box so they wouldn't get mixed up. It had when I bought this thing, it had a cracked housing on it. So a 3 years ago, I found a housing in Austria. That's the bearing housing drop gear set for this back corner here, the back driver's side corner. It'll get a new, in other words, you got a good backing plate to put on there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that bottom piece is cracked. No big deal. I got all the rods for it, shift rods. No engine. And pretty much all the parts. There's nothing missing on this thing except the platform, and it's got the crash bar on the bottom here. It's got the muffler attached to it. That's kind of the way they were. And then the front, I have a front crash bar that I actually need for my other one, but I'll have to check. I have another one. We'll see if it's got it. But anyhow, that crash bar, that crash pan will probably go with this unit here. And all right, let's go look at the transmission. I pulled the transmission out 5 years ago and stuck it in fuel oil. And I pulled it out of the fuel oil. Here's the fuel oil it was in. Baby's been sitting. And this thing was seized up pretty good, but as you can see, everything's loose. That stuff that's on there just wash off. Those bearings wouldn't turn before, but you're gonna have to replace the bearings. But full transmission, nothing missing. Ring and pinion differential is still in the transmission, and needs a new set of bearings. Obviously needs to be cleaned up real nice with the glass bead blasted on the gear sets. And I wouldn't replace the synchros. These are original synchros on here. I looked them over, and it's better to stick with the original. The new synchros are not made half as good as the original stuff. I'll get a close-up of this stuff. There's the cluster, pinion cluster. And everything turns and unbolts now. There's nothing seized on this thing. Fuel oil will physically dissolve rust, and the contaminants that you see on there is just normal residue. That's what happens when it sits a long time. That stuff comes right off. Anyhow, I thought I'd show it to you. Anybody who's interested in the long wheelbase, I have one player who asked me to have first dibs on it, but I'll expose it to everybody. But I have one man who I made a commitment to that I would get him a price on it first. So unless somebody's got a platform, I'll put it back together. So if anybody's got a platform for a long wheelbase Haflinger, let me know. Microcars@hotmail.com. Thanks. Ciao.